What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the next episode of Hitman Blood Money, Silent Assassin, Targets Only. It's time for Dance with the Devil. We're going to bring a Silver Baller and an SMG Tactical. The Silver Baller has all the upgrades we've gotten to this point, like the silencer, the scope, etc. The SMG doesn't need any upgrades at all. Run up to this door and stand under the camera. And then we're going to charge into the garage, just right through the car entrance. But we need a guard down there to be walking away so they doesn't catch us as we charge in. You don't have to worry about the guard in the booth asking you if you're an undertaker, because he won't really do anything unless the camera sees you. So when you do charge in, make sure the camera is panning away from where you want to go. Because if not, the camera will catch you, and then you'll just have to, and then the guards in the booth will see you. And also, when you're charging towards this limo to hide from this guard, try not to go too far to the right, because the guards at the elevators could possibly see you if you're not careful. So that guard has passed on. Now, the guard patrolling down here, close to where that party guest that's throwing up is, we need him to make a pass by so that we don't get caught by him. We want to sneak in unseen because there's a laundry bag with a heaven guest uniform that's over at the other end of the garage. We want to get that outfit. So we don't want to get caught because now, the smoke and mirrors trick where we just charge through an area, outrun people, and then put on a new disguise before they catch up to us, it's not going to work in this situation because this area is very open and exposed and they can see you long range. So we just want to sneak over to the outfit. So just do it the way I'm doing it. And then as we sneak through this part of the garage, do not go too far to the left. That's the stairwell door that goes to hell. If you go too far to the left, you could get caught by that camera, so don't do that. Don't worry about the sick person. He's not going to react to you. If you run to that exact position where I was standing, you'll trigger the guard to turn around and then walk away. As long as the guard is walking away not looking, we can put the heaven guest outfit on. The downside to this is that you're able to access heaven, but you have to be frisked. So here's what we're going to do to avoid that. I'm going to show another speedrun trick with the SMG Tactical. Stand in this corner, just shoot a couple bullets into the wall. Wait until all those guards are running towards you in perfect synchronization, as if it's a dance. As long as they're running towards the gunshots, where they were, they will not react to you. The only way they will is if you're still visibly armed, but just make sure you holster the SMG after taking those shots. It's imperative that the guards are running towards you before you start running towards the elevators, because if the guard is still stationary and equipping their gun, they'll aggro if they see you. So you got to make sure they're running towards you. So we went up to heaven. We're going to kill Anthony Martinez first so that we can get the CIA agent outfit, or I guess you could call it the guest of honor outfit. Because that's the skeleton key disguise for this mission, and we absolutely want it, especially since this is a level, or especially considering that our goal is to only touch targets, and we're never taking out non-targets unless absolutely necessary. So, in the restroom, you're going to want to wait in the right side toilet stall. You're going to want to get in there in advance, stand next to the door, and then make sure you're lined up parallel with it so that when our first target comes into the stall, the door swings into you, and then you can close it before you fiber wire him. So yes, I mentioned that we We only take disguises from laundry bags, but the only exception is if we're able to take a disguise from a target. We did that first in Murder of Crows when we dressed up in Raymond's bird costume, and now we're going to do it the second time. The only other time we're doing it is here, where we're taking Anthony Martinez's Golden Devil outfit. Close the door once he's in, take him out with your fiber wire, and then suit CIA agent. Very carefully exit the stall and make sure the door closes. As long as the door closes, his body's hidden and you're fine. So now we're going to take out the first of the two secret targets that are after 47. And that would be Eve on stage. I may have mentioned this in my old walkthrough, but IDing the secret targets is easier on Pro than it is on a lower difficulty, because even before you go to the laptop to ID them, they're still marked on the map as civilians, and since no other civilians are marked on the map, that's basically a dead giveaway of who they are. So we're gonna bait Eve to run to the office faster than normal. I'm pretty certain I did this in the old strat, and I'm gonna do it here too. As soon as her atrocious singing comes to an end, all the people watching are going to start clapping. As soon as they start clapping, you can start slowly walking away from the stage. And then once she starts walking off the stage, then we're going to quickly run over to that office she's using, hide in the closet that's in there, and then just wait for her. She'll basically run to the office, which is going to actually help us out a lot, because it'll speed up the waiting process. Alright, so just let her show up. Basically, this kill is exactly the same as what we did before. Once she's in the office and walking towards the corner where she makes her phone call, we're gonna sneak up behind her and fiber wire her. Alternatively, since we do have a silver baller with us, you could just line up a headshot very easily, but sneaking up on her is absolutely viable, so we might as well. I should mention that if you want, this mission could be slightly rearranged so that you don't need any weapons. In other words, you bite the bullet and let the guards frisk you back in the garage. The downside is that the other secret target, you're going to have to use the weapons he provides you when you fight him, and they're nowhere near as accurate or deadly. But if you don't want to bring weapons and you just want to bite the bullet and get frisked, you can do that. I mostly just wanted to show that speedrun distraction trick with the SMG Tactical. Anyways, good news is, with this disguise, we're not going to get frisked at all. So let's go to the other elevator down in the garage, and now we're going to go to hell. First, we'll eliminate the other main target, which is Vonna Ketlin. If we approach her with this disguise, she's going to escort us to a private room where we can just eliminate her very discreetly. What we're going to do is basically just, in the room, which I'm guessing is soundproofed, since guards are not going to react to what we do unless we do something really loud and stupid. We're going to punch her unconscious, and then what I do is I use my silver baller to just headshot her to finish the job. But if you don't bring weapons, like I said, then the best alternative is, see that cane that she's carrying? That cane actually doubles as a sword. When she's unconscious, you can pick up her cane sword, crouch in front of her, and then just whack her with it. That'll kill her too. But since we have the silver baller with us, it's easier just to headshot her while she's lying on the floor. If you want to, you can still rig the pyro show like we did before, but you're going to have to avoid contact with her in order to do that. So it makes more sense just to seclude her into this room and then just eliminate her from there.
Show me your handsome face, darling.
So we're not going to show her our face. We're instead going to bash her with it and make sure she's out. Headshot or slash with cane sword. It's up to you. Make sure any weapons are holstered before you exit. And now we'll go to the bar for our second assassin target, Maynard John.
I appreciate.
The only really viable way you can eliminate him, for the most part, is to just approach him, follow him into the soundproofed torture chamber for a gunfight. Of course, thankfully, it doesn't matter how many bullets you fire in the gunfight, it will not ruin your silent assassin.
We're going to do it.
So,
Meet me in the room.
but I brought the silver baller so that we can just do a one-shot, one-kill on them. But if you don't want to bring weapons and then bite the bullet on getting frisked, like I've discussed already, then what you need to do is, he provides you with both an MP7 and a Desert Eagle inside the torture chamber. You'll have to use one or the other and just try to shoot him with that. Basically, you'll want to do the same thing I'm doing so that you can shoot him at the most advantageous opportunity. But like I said, having our custom silver baller with our fancy silencer and scope on it, it's absolutely ideal. So, regardless of whether you have the silver baller or you're going to use the guns he provides you, then this is going to be exactly the same as the old strategy. Stand in front of the stone column. He's going to unload, I think, 2.5 magazines at the other end of the room. And then he's going to run over to our right. He'll unload another magazine or two. There's like a wooden shelf that's going to collapse as a result of him shooting right into it. Once he moves, line yourself up with the MP7 on the table. That way you're safe from his gunshots. When the shelf collapses, wait for the dust to settle, let him unload another magazine, and then as he reloads, aim down your scope and then move over a little bit so you can line up your headshot. If you can't get the headshot, that's fine. Just shoot at him anywhere until he dies. Once you eliminate him, all the doors in that room will open, except for the one we entered from. You're going to have to take the storage key off of his corpse to unlock the door to get out. And now we're done. We can return to the garage. We're going to have to get our suit back on and just run to the exit. This time, it does not matter if... Well, with the exception of changing clothes, it does not matter if they see us. We can't get caught changing clothes, obviously, but once we're running around in our suit, if they detect us, it doesn't matter. The exit is literally right here in this area anyway. The only guard you really need to worry about is this same one we were sneaking behind earlier. So once he's over here, you can just run circles to try to force him to move, like so. It's easier this time since you're disguised. And once we know it's clear, let's get our suit back on, and we'll go to the blue van to exit, which is right over here. There you go. That's how you do it. Alrighty, so we've almost concluded this. I've still got one more mission to do. And no, I'm not going to do Requiem. There's no point. Everybody in that level is a target, and you have to go guns blazing anyway. You can get Silent Assassin if you kill Alexander Chain's wheelchair. No, I'm not making that up. But no, I'm not doing Requiem. Alright, well, I'll be back for the last official level next time.